are some of the hospitals you think, like, and if you like have an emergency and you go there, you can get like medical assistance like ASAP? Because like even for me, that's one of the problems.
Yeah.
I want to know about which hospitals I can just like dash to and have like kind of like, let's say, even if there is a lot of patients, I can get like proper treatment, even if like I'm not super rich or I don't have like a cover. What are some of the hospitals you think that would?
Okay, so first of all, I feel like it's always about your budget. If you had money, I'd be like, okay, go to like Nairobi Hospital, go to like Karen or like these big, or like Aga Khan.
Yeah.
If you have the money.
Yeah.
If you don't have the money, or if you're not willing to spend like a few 100,000, I think Kenyatta is a good hospital for emergency.
100,000?
Well, these private hospitals are expensive because if you're admitted, then you pay for bed, you pay for the doctor, you pay for you pay a lot of money. So if you have those finances, then go to private hospitals. If you need like care, like medical care, and you don't have that kind of money, go to Kenyatta. Kenyatta is really good because the doctors in Kenyatta, they see a lot of cases. So they're like well experienced, like their experience is like on their fingertips.
Are they motivated to treat you?
Yes, they are.
Sure?
They are, because they can't leave you dying on the street, can they now?
Not from what I've heard. But
Wow.
Okay, what about things like, because we're talking about finances, and your budget, of course, definitely has to come to play. What about medical covers? Are there some that you'd recommend? Like, you know what? Because,
like
I've been...
NHIF?
Not NHIF. Even that, like, a lot of people are saying now, I'm being told, like, it's actually helpful.
Yeah, it
but
is.
But I don't know. I mean, is it some...
Yeah.
Those, and even, like, the AARs and the... What other insurance?
Isn't it like the ICEA Lion?
Yeah, those ones, like, what are some of like the options that you have and you can just recommend for people, like?
Okay, so...
And is it worth taking an insurance medical cover? Or you'll be wasting your time if you're those people like, but me, I don't fall sick, like I can stay a whole year without going to hospital and I'm paying all these premiums. Why?
Yeah, true. Okay, so NHIF is really good because if you have NHIF, then I think I'm not sure, but you can also cover like your spouse. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it doesn't really cost as much as if you're going to like AAR or like ICA Lion. Like it's like a government insurance.
Yeah.
So, and it covers a lot. Like it covers like if let's say like you have a wife who's pregnant and she's going under like the CS, like the cesarean section, it covers that as well. Like
and I hear that's super. How much is a...
In Kenyatta, I think it's almost 20-something thousand.
20 Gs.
Yeah, for the CS.
Okay, how about like a private hospital?
Oh, that's a lot. Like
how
a couple
much?
hundred, I think.
Yes.
Because then you pay for the stay.
Let's talk about price. How long do you think somebody would stay and how much would it cost? Because I want to know the number, because at times I hear people like who are like actually even asking for their friends to chip in to just cover the medical bill.
Yeah.
So some figures would be, like even a rough estimate would be nice just to have on top of my head, or people who are listening to the podcast, maybe they can know it would cost you roughly around.
Okay, so I've never actually worked at these like private hospitals, so I don't really know an exact price. Yeah. But I'm sure, or rather, approximately that at Kenyatta the CS costs roughly 20-something thousand.
Okay.
Which I don't think is bad because
that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
It's like a whole surgery. Yeah. That's minus the stay though, because like you pay separate for the stay. But the stay isn't expensive because it's a public hospital. If you do go to the private ones, however, it's way more than that. But then again, the care is different.
Yeah. So it's like a tricky kind of...
And it depends on your budget. Do you have that kind of money to spend? On like a 3-day stay?
Would it be like, okay, 200,000,
yes,
100,000?
Roughly, yes.
200,000?
Yes.
Minus stay?
With stay, I think.
Okay. With stay? Would you, if you have like a medical cover, does that take care of...
I don't know if they take NHIF at private hospitals. At
no, not NHIF, but like in private.
Yeah.
If you have like, when you're getting like a medical cover and you've covered like, let's say your spouse, does it cover things like, just in case she needs to deliver?
Yeah, like if you have like an insurance policy that covers both you and your spouse, then it should be able to cover her stay,
Okay, I guess I don't... But
the thing is, when you're like applying for the insurance, you have to like start like asking these questions like, do you cover my kids? Do you cover my wife? What do you cover? Because there are some insurance companies that only cover, let's say, like 2 ultrasounds a year, or some that have policies that say we cover like half price surgeries, or there are some who don't cover.
So even if you go through a procedure, they are
only
like
pay half. There are some who don't pay for elective surgeries. Elective surgery is the surgery that you plan for. rather than like an emergency where it's unplanned.
Oh, that the doctor actually saying like,
yes. You have an elective surgery where you're like, okay, I don't want to give birth naturally. I want to go through like the knife. Like I want to have surgery.
That means you've actually chosen.
So you're planning for the surgery. That's called elective surgery.
Oh, so now
insurance companies sometimes don't pay for elective surgeries because they're like, you chose this. We're not paying for this. They only pay for emergent surgeries where, let's say, you're giving birth naturally and something goes wrong and you have to like go for emergency right now. Then they pay for that.
Yeah, that's kind of tricky, but
So when you're getting insurance, make sure that you know what you're getting.
Just ask for the breakdown. And at times when you get these guys coming or running through offices and stuff, they just show you these pamphlets and then they're like, you know what, we cover this, this and this. They're trying to sell they're just trying to sell they're just trying and they're trying to get, what do you call them? When you get that percentage after you make this sale. The commission. Exactly, they're trying to get their commission. So they're just trying to sell.
So you be smart, know what you're getting, budget properly, and if you're under insurance, know what your insurance covers, because there's no point of going to hospital and to just end up fighting with your insurance company. Know what they're going to cover. Like sit down and be like, yo, I'm paying this much money, what exactly am I getting in return? And view other insurance companies as well. Like don't stick to one because your friend said this is good. Like walk around, see what's good for you.
Do you know any that you've had like really good things?
I personally don't use insurance.
You don't use insurance?
No, at all.
Oh wow, you see?
Yeah, I'm not really covered by insurance. We just pay cash. Like we don't really get sick that often, so I don't see why I personally should pay for insurance. Oh
wow, this is coming from my doctor.
Yeah.
Okay, but would you recommend it? Because like I told you, like there's some of my friends who when you're just having these discussions and then these insurance people have been recommended. Is it worth paying those amounts of money or maybe if like let's say you're alone? Not really, but maybe if you have a family and like a kid, now that comes to play because a kid is more
it's true, it's true. But the thing is, you have to first of all see your options, because when I was growing up, we didn't really go to hospital as much. Like my mom used to like home treat us, like home remedies. Like if you're vomiting, she'll give you like water and like lemon, or like if you have like a cold, she'll give you like turmeric and ginger. You know what I mean? So that if you're a person who believes that no, medicine is A1.
Self-medication?
Yeah. No, please don't self-medicate.
And I was about to, and that brings me to like the next question. Like, how people, do you want to finish that about how your mom was?
Yeah, sure. So basically, if you're a person who believes that if you have a cough, you're at hospital, then get insurance because you're frequently in hospital.
Yeah.
But if you're not a frequent goer, do you really think it's worth paying all that money every single month?
I don't know.
So it depends on self-preference. It depends on like your own personal preference. If you're someone who believes that, okay, I'm in hospital a lot, then get insurance. Yeah. If you're someone who doesn't go to hospital a lot, then I don't really see the point of.
Because you already know
that I don't go to hospital. I go like once a year, maybe, or I go like twice every 2 years.
What about like if you get into like an accident and stuff?
No, that's a risk you're gonna have to take.
Because I think, first of all, for me, that's why I think, like, let's say if you have a car, definitely get insurance.
Yes.
Because your car can't have insurance.
In Kenya, you're not allowed to drive a car that doesn't have insurance.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they've made it mandatory for, like, you to have, like, but there's some countries that it's mandatory to actually have, like, medical cover, I'm guessing.
That's true.
Because it doesn't make any sense. Like, why are you protecting your car more than you're protecting yourself?
But there's some companies that where you have to get NHIF, where they deduct money from your salary to fund NHIF.
Or for just in case, because they know in worst case scenario, at least these might actually come in and actually assist you.
So if you work for a company, ask them if they provide you with NHIF cover.